Hi, I'm Stephen Garvey, founder and leader of the National Citizens Alliance. I'd like to welcome you all here today. And today I'm going to be bringing everyone up to date on the declaration process, the registration process for the National Citizens Alliance. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the Canadians who have mailed in declaration forms to the National Citizens Alliance. We are truly grateful for your for stepping up and supporting us. And mistake not, the success of the National Citizens Alliance is connected fundamentally to the Canadian people. Our success as a party, as a federal party, is contingent on the support we receive from the Canadian people. The more support we receive from the Canadian people, the more success we will have. And the really good news is the National Citizens Alliance is growing every single day. We are picking up new supporters, new members, and donations are coming in. And but you know, the reality is that we need more support to take on the entrenched globalist parties in Ottawa. That is a fact. These entrenched parties are trying to raise millions for 2019, and we need to match them. So everyone out there, if you support us, our agenda, which is we're opposed to this insane globalist agenda of these entrenched establishment parties, then we call on you to support us. If you believe in putting our people first, putting our country first, protecting our homeland, protecting our identity as Canadians, protecting our heritage, protecting our cultural norms as Canadians, then we call on you to support us. So please volunteer. Please donate whatever you can. Even $5 will help us. And please consider becoming a voting member, even running as a candidate in 2019 and subsequent elections. You know, this country, as far as we're concerned, is in a fork in a road. Or you could argue it's up for grabs. It's in the balance. As this globalist agenda expands, we're seeing our country transform right before our eyes, in our communities, in our neighborhoods, in our cities, in our towns. So you have a clear choice here. So if you support us, please step up, because it is up to you. It is up to you to really get this country back on track. The National Citizens Alliance is a mere vehicle. We are dependent on the Canadian people. Please remember that. If you don't think we're doing enough as a federal party, then look back on yourself and ask yourself, how can we help the National Citizens Alliance further? Can you volunteer? Can you donate? Can you run as a candidate? Can you help spread our message? So thank you very much, and we're grateful for all the support. We're all the support that's coming in. Like I said, we are dependent on it. And that's just the way it is and how it should be. And another thing we want to be very clear about, mistake not, these entrenched globalist parties in Ottawa, and I use the word entrenched because there's only been two parties in power for 151 years, everyone. And in our opinion, they are two sides of the same globalist coin. These parties oppose who we are. They do not want us to exist. And we saw this very clearly in 2015 when Trudeau made his public statement stating that his reason for not doing electoral reform was to keep parties like the National Citizens Alliance down. And that was very clear. The federal government is opposed to the National Citizens Alliance. They do not want us to exist. And that is the truth, everyone. And it even applies to the so-called official opposition. They call parties like the National Citizens Alliance dangerous. They call us dangerous, everyone. And I will clarify, they are right in one sense. We are dangerous to them and all the other entrenched globalist parties in Ottawa because we want to drain them. We want to replace them with the NCA candidates who are standing up for the Canadian people, our homeland, and this country we love. So we are dangerous in that sense, everyone. Mistake not. And we want to take their power. They've had it too long. They have lost their way. The corruption is so entrenched in Ottawa. We need to shake this country up and get it back on track. So if you support our agenda of, free enterprise, Canadian nationalism, fiscal responsibility, governance reform, and so many other things, please hop on board the National Citizens Alliance train. Please hop on board because we need you. And I'm going to turn now to the declaration forms. I want to update everyone on what's going on. So we have a deadline of August 31st, 2018. Our party goal is to attain 400 plus declaration forms by August 31st, at which time we will submit our registration package to Elections Canada. And we haven't reached that total right now. We are getting close, and we still have 2 weeks left. So we're encouraging everyone to make sure you mail your declaration forms in. And if you know any interested family members, friends who would support us, get them to sign the form and mail it in to us. And we are truly grateful for you doing that. And I have to be clear, once we submit everyone to Elections Canada, there will be a one-time top-up. So keep mailing in your declaration forms. If you missed a deadline, keep mailing them in. We will have this top-up likely sometime in early mid-October. So keep mailing the declaration forms in, and we want to get past this hurdle. We know the federal government is against us, so the way we look at it, the more we submit, there's less likelihood of them denying us. So if we can submit 1,000 declaration forms, all the power to us, everyone. So, and I've got the form here today, and I just want to, show it to you. I'm going to move myself out of the screen temporarily. And I'm going to put this down. And there's the declaration form, everyone. You can see it in front of you. So at the top, we got our party name, National Citizens Alliance. And then we're ticking type 1 here, which is new federal political party. And then down here, there's a member signature section. So we're asking you to sign this form. And by signing, you are considered a non-voting member. There's no membership due. You can be a member of any other party, and your involvement is 100% up to you. And if you don't want to hear from us again, well, you won't hear from us again. It's solely up to you. And then you have the date signature right here. And then down here, your title, Mr., Mrs., Miss, and your last name, your first name, your initial, your correspondence language, English or French, and your residential mailing address. And this form is complete, and all you have to do is mail it in to us. So it's a very, very simple form, everyone. And I'm just going to go back up here. No, I'm going to bring up another form here. And this is where you actually mail the form, everyone. Here's our address right here. This is where you mail the form. So it's National Citizens Alliance, 728 Northmount Drive Northwest, P.O. Box 94, Calgary, Alberta, T2K 6J8. And that's where you mail these forms to. These are the declaration forms. And for any assistance, please call us at 1-833-822-8330. And or you could email us at info@nationalcitizensalliance.ca, and we'd be happy to assist you in any way with these declaration forms. And if by chance you don't have a printer, we will happily mail you the declaration form. So give us a call, let us know, send us an email, and we'd be happy to mail that form to you. Just make sure you mail it back to us. So I'm gonna get back into the screen here. So that's the form there, everyone, and we want to thank you for helping for that. Please take it very seriously, everyone, very, very seriously. And just so you know, this is once we submit our registration package, Elections Canada will mail you a confirmation form, and it's imperative that you complete that form and mail it back to Elections Canada. And Elections Canada will provide you with a self-addressed postage paid envelope. So all you have to do is complete the form, put it in an envelope, and mail it. And I have a form right here. I just want to show you this form so you're familiar with it. Just give me a second here. I'm going to move out of the way. Okay, this is an example of the confirmation form that you will receive. You'll probably receive this in October. It could be early, mid, or late October. And it's a very simple form like that. It's just a one-page form. So they're asking you, did you sign the declaration form? They will provide you with a copy of it. And you tick yes. Then they ask for your last name here, and then your first name. And then they ask for your residential mailing address right here. And then they ask, do you want to let the NCA know that you're sending this form in? And we encourage you to tick yes. And then you sign at the bottom, and you put the date that you signed it, and then you just put it in an envelope and you mail it to, it goes straight to Elections Canada. That's all you have to do. But I'm just going to get back into this. But I have to stress, it's very imperative that you complete the confirmation form, because otherwise your declaration form will not count. So I want to thank everyone for tuning into this, and we are grateful for all the support that we're receiving. And please share this message, and we look forward to receiving the declaration forms, getting registered, and begin the important process of draining, replacing the globalists in Ottawa. We have to, everyone. We have to get our country on track. We have lost our way. The Canadian people have been sold out on so many fronts. And just last week we did a presentation on the foreign aid outflow. Billions of dollars flowing to foreign countries. Not only that, there's bilateral unspecified foreign aid every year. It's about $1 billion, and it's secret. We don't know where it's going. This is your tax dollars. This is all wrong, everyone. This is what we're fighting. Another thing we showed is all the billions flowing to the UN and UN affiliates. And this is just global world order. This is who these sellout politicians in Ottawa who are serving. And they should be serving you, the Canadian people. But they're not. They're serving themselves, this global world order, and all of these organizations like the UN and affiliates. And we also looked at CPP recently, and we will be doing a live presentation on a Tuesday again. But CPC is one of the biggest scams in Canadian history. As far as we're concerned, if that Canada pension plan was run with integrity and with the intent of serving the Canadian people, as far as we're concerned, most Canadians would be millionaires, because that's potentially 60 years of investment of your money. And we will show that on Tuesday, coming up this Tuesday. These are only a couple issues, everyone, but I want to make it very clear. The National Citizens Alliance is all about the Canadian people. That is our total focus. And we see what's going on with the country. We are very concerned and very determined to get our country back, to protect our homeland, and to redirect our country to the greatest prosperity that Canada is capable of. And we believe through our program, everyone, that we can make Canada the greatest country on earth. We believe we can do that. We believe we have the ideas, the vision to make Canada the greatest country on earth. And that means the most prosperous and secure for our Canadian people. So please join us, and thank you for tuning in today.